All right, so here is the shortcut you can do on Desmos. If you don't want to plug the information into the distance formula. Because remember, they gave us the center. We need to know what radius is. To find radius, it's how far it is from the center to this point that they're giving us. And so we did the distance formula. So you can just type it directly into Desmos. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So in Desmos, what you have to do is you have to graph the 2 points and you have to name them. So we're going to call the center point A. We're going to say 12 and -2. And then in the next box in Desmos, we're going to call the actual point on the circle point B. And you can use really any letter you want except X, Y, E, R, and L. So we're going to type that into the second box. And then in the third box, so let's see, the first box in Desmos, the second box in Desmos. In the third box in Desmos, you'll either hit the functions button, find distance under geometry, or you can just type the word distance in, but it's going to be distance. Okay. And you're actually going to type in point A. You tell it that you want it to look, find the distance from point A, comma, that's a bad comma, comma, not make a comma today. You want the distance from A to B. Okay, now for us to get the r squared part that we need for our equation, we are actually going to say find the distance between A and B, and then we're just going to go ahead and square it. And we need to do that so we don't get any weird decimals, because if you don't square it, it's going to give you a decimal, and then we get into rounding, and we want to avoid all that. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Let's pull Desmos. Let's see if it'll let me pull split screen. Okay, so I already have A and B set in here, so I'm just going to change them. Okay, I'm going to make this 12. Oh, put my parentheses. 12 and -2. Okay, and it'll graph on your graph for you. You can't really see 12 and -2. It's red, so there we go. And B, the point is 14, 0. Okay, and then I'm going to erase that. What you're going to do is hit the functions button right here, scroll all the way down to where you see geometry, and you can just click on distance. Oh, not in that box. In its own box. Make sure you're in a different box. So you can scroll down and click on the word distance. It's under geometry. If for some reason you don't have that, or because if your Desmos isn't updated, you won't see it, you can actually just type in the word distance. That works just as well. It looks weird till you get the distance in there. Okay, and then you have to tell it what 2 points to look at. So I need to look at point A, and you do put a comma, and then we want to know how far it is from point A to point B. Okay, now see how it gives me the decimal? We don't want that, because then you're going to have to round and all of that. Okay, that's actually your radius, but we're going to go ahead and square it, because that's what we need for our standard form. So just hit squared. It'll take care of all the stuff. So our r squared, what we need to put into our formula is 8. So when you come back over here to write the formula of your circle, okay, you're going to start with x minus, what's your h? Your h is 12. Make sure you go back to the one that says center, squared, plus y minus, what's my k? -2 squared, equals, remember it's equals r squared. That's what the 8 is. When you do distance AB and square it, you already squared it, so you're just going to put the 8. Now, you do need to clean that up, because you do want to end up getting the same answer that we had originally when we used the distance formula. And so your final answer will be exactly the same. We would say x minus 12 squared, just plus y plus 2 squared equals 8. And that's what we got. If you go back to the first video, that's what we got when we used the distance formula. But it'll save you a little time and a little effort if you know how to get the distance into Desmos and you remember to put this square on it, okay, to give you r squared, because that's what when we put that square on it, this number that pops up is our r squared that we need for our standard form. All right, just wanted to show you the shortcut. If you have any questions, let us know.